Okay. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang achayang kamame bante buri panya tathagata kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang achayang kamame dhamma sanditika akalika kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang achayang kamame sangha supatipanna anuttara sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Tisarana gamanang paripunang panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adina dana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Abrahmacharya veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Surameraya macha pamadatthana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Vikala bhojana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Nacha Gita Vadita Visuka Dasana Malaganda Vilepana Dharana Mandana Vibhusana Thana Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Veramani Sikkapadang Samadhiyami. Idang me silang Magapala Jnanasa Pachayo Hotu Appamadena Sampadeta. Sadhu. Let us do some guided metta before we start the talk. Now we sit here, we let go of all the vipassana objects. Just keep the mind present, calm, peaceful, alert. And let the body relax from top of the head. Relax the forehead, the face, the neck and shoulders, arms. Relax the chest, relax the stomach area. Relax the spine, the back, the buttocks and the hips. Relax the thighs, the knees, calves, ankles, sole, toes. Relax the body. Keep the mind peaceful, calm, open, and present. May I be free, free from all kinds of harm and danger, free from all mental suffering, free from all physical suffering. May I be peaceful. May I be able to live in peace with myself and in peace with others. May I be well. May I be healthy. And may I truly be happy. May I be free from all kinds of harm and danger, free from all mental suffering, free from all physical suffering. May I be peaceful. May I be well. And may I truly be happy. Let us expand our metta. Expand our metta to all the beings around here. May they be the monks or nuns, fellow yogis, Dharma helpers, workers, volunteers, to the sponsors, to the donors, to the guardian devas of this center, to other devas residing in this neighborhood, to all the petas, and to all the animals, big, small, seen or unseen. May all the beings here be free from all kinds of harm and danger, free from all mental suffering, free from all physical suffering. May they all be peaceful, be well, be healthy, and may they all truly be happy. May all beings around here be free from all kinds of harm and danger, free from all mental suffering, free from all physical suffering. May they all able to live in peace. May they all be well, be healthy, and may all beings around here truly be happy. Now let us expand the metta, reaching out to all the beings in this country. May they be humans or non-humans, devas or petas, animals big, small, far or near, seen or unseen. May they all be free from all kinds of harm and danger, free from all mental suffering, free from all physical suffering. May they all be peaceful. May they all be well. And may all beings truly be happy. Now let us expand. Let us radiate our metta to all beings in this country, to all beings in this world. May they be our loved ones near or far away, or those people whom we do not know wherever they are, or to those whom we dislike or those who dislike us, to all the guardian devas of the Buddha Sasana, to all other devas residing in this world, to all the petas, and to all the animals, big, small, far or near, seen or unseen. May all beings in this world be free from all kinds of harm and danger, free from all mental suffering, free from all physical suffering. May all beings in this world able to live in peace and not in war. Live with kindness and compassion and not in cruelty or violence. May all beings be well. May they all be healthy. And may all beings truly be happy. May all beings in this world be free from all kinds of harm and danger, free from all mental suffering, free from all physical suffering. May they all be peaceful. May they all be well and healthy, and may all beings truly be happy. Now let us expand. Let us expand our metta without boundary, without exception, without condition. All beings in this universe or universes, all beings from the highest planes of existence down to the lowest planes, all beings in all the world systems, may all beings without exception be free from all kinds of harm and danger, free from all mental suffering, free from all physical suffering. May all beings be peaceful, able to live in peace with themselves and in peace with others. May they all be well, be healthy, and may all beings truly be happy. May all beings without exception be free from all kinds of harm and danger, free from all mental suffering, free from all physical suffering. May they all be well, be peaceful, and may all truly be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May they all be well, be healthy, and may all beings truly be happy. And slowly we let go. Slowly we let go. Let go of the metta. Bring the mind back again to the body. Feel the rise, fall of the abdomen. Feel the sensation being here and now. Then we can slowly open our eyes. Right. Okay, before we start the talk, towards the end of the this retreat, this vasa here. So what we'll do in the weekend is this, or Friday. Friday we have a Q&A session. Then Saturday we have a talk and also closing. On Sunday, on Sunday, I mean, a number of us are leaving. Some going back. I mean, mostly all over here is outstation people or overseas. Only one local only. So a lot of people coming from far. So other words, I guess that people will be leaving by Sunday morning. But during Sunday, we still have breakfast and lunch. Yeah. If you still wish to stay back, it's perfectly all right. You can stay back until after lunch. Then some of us may have a flight in the afternoon. Yeah. I'll be here until after lunch also. Yeah. So this is some of the things here. So we do the closing on Saturday night. Yeah. Okay. So yesterday we were looking into the virtue, the Sīla. Yeah. And yesterday we were looking into restraint as mindfulness. Yeah. Restraint as mindfulness, we look into it. Restraint as what else? Restraint of mindfulness, restraint using wisdom, or knowledge of karma and its resultant, or worldly, certain good worldly knowledge to prevent ourselves from doing all the wrong things. Like yesterday, I gave the example of addiction, games addiction. These are really big. I mean, this is really deep inside. All this addiction. All of us have this potential of being addicted to something. It's just that if you go near it, gambling addiction, and so on. There's so many things we can get addicted to if we follow the wrong people, if we mix with the wrong group of people. Now, yesterday also I mentioned that Sīla as patience. That means Sīla that you can, in a way that you can bear up with unpleasant things that near you, or bear up with like hot or cold. And so, as I said, sometimes you go to retreat, not every place they have proper weather, good weather or pleasant weather. Not all the place we have that. Some days, like even in Kota Tinggi also here, there are days that it is nice. For the past 2 months or more or less, it's been raining well. This retreat. A few days here and there, there's hot sun coming out. And this past 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, we have some hot sun in the morning, and afternoon again, it's all raining. So, and before that, it was raining and raining a lot. So it's quite cooling. But it all depends on whether you can take it or not. If you are younger, then okay, very nice. If you get older, haha, here pain, there pain, everywhere pain. Before you sit, before you sit, because the rheumatism and so on, all already coming already. So it's hard to meditate, not easy. You got to bear up with all this difficulty. Some places, as I said, they may not have all the luxury things for you to meditate, but they just give you a very simple place, some good tea, some food, and so on. Not everything, not luxurious at all. Nothing good also. Nothing to look forward also. So you have to bear up. You have to bear up. There are places the people will be the biggest problem. Some places, the people will be the biggest problem. Usually, if the people is the biggest problem, it's always better not you don't stay too long there. Don't stay too long there, and a big problem. Whether you can still tahan, unless it's really your health becomes so terrible, Uh, uh, Usually, people is the one that is going to make you very difficult. That I notice, Now, sometimes yogis may not be so ngam with the teachers, Yes. Can I go along with the teachers? Especially like a very big international retreats. Very big international retreats. Hey, wait, John, you sit further out a bit. You don't move your, don't move your cushion. I move your cushion, you move it in. Don't get blocked behind somebody. So as I said, in the international retreats, when you go to an international retreat, these are sometimes they have retreats where people from all over the world coming. The majority of the retreatants, the yogis, will be from overseas. They have it like in Thailand or like in Burma, Myanmar. Like when I stayed in Myanmar that time, yogis come in for what we call the international retreat. They have 2 months in the international retreat during December and January, because that's the coolest month, pleasant month in the Burma area or the northern Thailand area. So it's in a way, it's pleasant, dry, not so much of this one, but pleasant. So because of that, they have retreats and they have all kinds of yogis come into the retreat. All kinds. I say, some of them don't have really have a good Buddhist background. And some of them have even like zero background of Buddhism. Just that they are adventurer and explorer. They come in and look for Buddhism and all that. And the first thing they go is Vipassana retreat. The first thing they enter is all Vipassana retreat. And then Vipassana retreat is not easy, as you know. And the places that they go, like Mahasi style, you are supposed to do walking, sitting, and the teachers and the instructors and the other monks and so on who are caretaker of the place, they are very strict and they observe you. Now, if you are not used to it, this type of environment, you feel that you want to rebel everybody, because you cannot want to be contained by 1 hour walk, 1 hour sit. When is a good time to eat? What is the right time to eat? Why you cannot eat in the evening and afternoon? They don't have all that thing, because to them, they don't contain. They don't have that Sīla, they don't have that virtue, they don't have that background. And even sometimes certain kindness also, they don't have much also. So they entered into this type of environment. to meditate. That time, because of they try to meditate and so on. After that, because of their nature, which in their everyday life they don't control themselves, they don't control their speech. They feel that everything they are entitled to. Then when they come in front of the teacher, they burst out. They burst out. They cannot control. They cannot bear up. So sometimes once in a while we met with this type of yogis, and then of course the teacher just chase them out. They can't take it. The nature of just walking, sitting, they can't take it. And also not only this, but actually many Buddhist devotees also cannot take it. Cannot take it. That's why the vipassana in the terms of Mahasi method, it's very difficult to do. If I were to teach samatha, here will be a lot of people. Samatha is easier, pleasant, nice, and together with a pleasant climate, then it's pleasant to meditate on samatha. It's this one, but vipassana is not easy. Vipassana is very challenging. So you got to be patient with a lot of things. So usually if you cannot get used to with the teacher, you cannot get used to it with the teacher, or you cannot get used to with the teaching, then of course it's no point for you to stay on anymore. And it's good that for the yogi to live. Some yogis sometimes they want to rebel and everything. They want to do their own things. That time, usually the teachers forcefully ask them to get out and leave, and so on. So during this time of international retreats, once in a while, you see this type of people. They come in, and sometimes they know that some people, they take advantage of the Buddhist kindness, or the temple's kindness, or the monastery's kindness. They just come in just for lodging and food. Free ma. Correct or not? Free lodging, free food. Yeah. So there are people like that. I mean, not many, but once in a while we see these type of people. They come in just for lodging and food. They don't really want to listen to what you say. They don't really want to practice. It's just that they want to come here or just stay for a week or two and then move on, and then they move on to another place. That's about that. So we've seen this type of people also. So in a way that when you meditate in places, different places, you have to bear up with a lot of things. Some people, for example, I met, Santi Sukarama, so far away, driving 5 hours, very far. Then usually I'll continue. But when they want to go China, kai. When they want to go US, kai, jalan-jalan, Jiao Hong, they're okay, not far that one. You can take the flight for 10 hours, 12 hours. You can go for a transit flight, and then the whole length of your flight can be 20 hours. That one you will go. But this type of thing, retreat 5 hours from here, there, too far. Or sometimes they complain in the Odiyarama. So hot, like oven hot like that. Yes, that one is true. But can you tahan or not? Yeah. You must learn to adapt to the place as best as you can. So as I said, I think some talks back, I think about 2 months back, I talk about yogis has to be adaptable to all kinds of situation. It becomes wanting this, you don't like this, you like this, you don't like. It's very hard for you to meditate. And your mind, when you go inside there, the moment the condition is not pleasant, your mind goes into frenzy thinking and so on. So you must learn to adapt to a lot of things. Yeah? Adapt to a lot of environmental things. Mm. So people like other yogis and other or the teachers, yeah, usually when we go, and including me, we seek for the teacher that can able to uh, you can able to absorb his or her teaching, and you can practice and you can develop from it. Yeah? So so whoever the teacher, and you can able to understand it and you practice it and you can develop it in the right manner, practice in the right manner, develop in the right manner, then that is the teacher is the right for you. Yeah? Although sometimes some teachers can be a bit strict, no nonsense, no smiling. Although he's not smiling, but very kind. Yeah, kind in his own way. Is his own way. Yeah, in his own way. Yeah. So sometimes you may not get too near, but the teaching is the most important thing. That we can get the teaching, we can follow the teaching, and we keep on meditating. Sometimes the personality of the person you have to put aside a little bit. You may not ngam with the personality, but you can able to become very ngam and very together with the teaching and the practice. So something like that. So as long as you can able to do this way, usually if the teacher emphasizes on certain things, like for example, emphasizes on Sīla, emphasizes on practice, emphasizing on thoroughness and so on, then normally the yogis are much more disciplined. They are much more disciplined. Comparatively, when the whole place, that when the teacher don't emphasize on that, then you see that yogis tend to talk. Yogis tend to do whatever they want to do. Yeah. It says, even like, for example, when they talk about walking meditation, sometimes they give you a hall to do walking meditation. The hall is sitting and walking. So when they do walking meditation, sometimes some yogis will go around the hall, go a little bit. Some go this way, some go this way. You just overtake each other. There's no such thing as like paying attention carefully, thoroughly to your objects of meditation. They'll walk a little bit. They look at other yogi, look at the monks, look at the environment, something like that, and they just walk like that. Walk like that. Yeah. So if you do like that, you're not going to go. You're not going to develop anything. Yeah. Yeah. So therefore, we need to have a lot of patience. Yeah? We need to be patient with the teachers because they may not be so easy to get along with. We may be patient with other yogis. Sometimes they are not so easy also. But nevertheless, as I said, if the teacher emphasizes certain way of practice, usually the yogis will follow. So when the yogis follow, then you'll see that most of the yogis will actually do the practice. Yeah? So this is, in a way, is important. So patience, it's one of the utmost important quality that we need to develop. Patience, in another word, it's effort and also mindfulness. It's another word is effort and mindfulness. That means you have to able to bear up. Take for example, like unpleasant objects, pain in the buttock. Now, when the mind can stay with the unpleasant object, a lot of time we say, sometimes I hear teachers, they are correct, they are correct, not to say they are wrong. You have to be bear up with the pain. You have to be patient with the pain. You have to be patient with the pain, be patient with the pain. So the yogi go and meditate and then go and sit there. The yogi tell themselves, patient with the pain, patient with the pain, then you know the pain. Can man? You cannot tahan the pain. You tell yourself to be patient, to be patient, to be patient, patient with the pain. But the pain grow, you cannot tahan. Why cannot tahan? Because the effort is not there. The effort is weak. When the effort is weak, that means the mindfulness is also weak. So when these two qualities are weaker, that means when you stay with the pain, you cannot tahan it. You cannot withstand the whole thing. Your whole mind, the pain arises only, or you tell yourself patient, patient, but you just cannot follow it. So but the more that you can able to, let's say, do your walking thoroughly, pay attention to the objects carefully, and you note, and then you pick up from their walking meditation. After that, when the pain comes in, you see that the mind can able to stretch a little bit longer period of time on that certain pain. So, other words, that time is patient. That means that you can stretch the whole thing is patient. So patience doesn't just come in like that. So patience is a quality that we can develop it. So the more that you develop on the effort, the more you develop on the mindfulness, then patience comes in. Yeah. Yeah. Because this patience is to able to withstand the unpleasant situation before the mind goes into anger or goes into desire or whatever. Usually the unpleasant ones. Yeah? So this is how we train. Yeah? We train on this effort, mindfulness, and again and again during in the meditation we deal with all kinds of unpleasant objects that's coming up, whether it's like stretch, sometimes pressure in the back, spine, buttocks here and there. And then you have to sit with it, pay attention with it, and keep your mind there and keep noting. That is patient. Yeah? That is very challenging, but that is, in a way, it's called patience. Yeah? So patience is not a quality just when you tell yourself it just come in. You have to exercise it. And the more that you exercise it, this thing, that means that in the future, when as you become much more aware of the nature of the pain and you can able to take in the pain and so on, the various types of pain, then when you're outside, when you're out there, when you finish a retreat, then the time when unpleasant objects or unpleasant situation, unpleasant climate, unpleasant weather, unpleasant food, nothing that is pleasant, that time your mind can withstand it a little bit longer. So there is some quality that we can able to train up. It's not something that is just come without, just because maybe from past life we do not know, but in this life itself we can train it up. Yeah. So the patience is really important. So you have to bear up a lot of difficulties as we go into the development of this retreat or this progressive of this vipassana. Then there will be a lot of challenges is going to come in. Yeah. Yeah. If and even the environment is pleasant, food is pleasant, everything is pleasant, but the object is so unpleasant. The objects can be so tough and can be pain here and there. After that, lunchtime, at least relief for a while. Just sit down and makan for a while. And the moment you concentrate on it, and everything comes in again. Everything comes in and challenge you. So you have to bear up with it. So you have to bear up with a lot of difficulty. Yeah. The more that you go into the development, as I said, in the vipassana, especially when you come into the deeper insight that's connected with the dukkha and the various types of dukkha, not just only pain here and there, and your buttock pain here, knee pain there, not, not just this type of pain, but the difficulty, the weariness of the object, the truly the unpleasantness, the changing that is go on and on and on incessantly, then the mind gets so nauseatic, you know. Sometimes feel like vomiting, feel like jala, the whole thing. So cannot take it. But it's just nothing to do with unpleasant feeling of the body. So it makes things so difficult that time, as I said. Yeah. So that time, the patience must be there. Other words, train harder. Lah. Train harder, not more. Then you can able to bear up with it. You go through all the sorrow, all the difficulty, you go through it. Yeah. There's no such thing as thinking about going back. If you come here for 2 weeks, you finish the 2 weeks. Unless, of course, there's something so urgent that you need to go. Then by all means. But if there's nothing, just because you cannot take it, that is not an excuse. So this is how one should train with patience. In sometimes during in your practice, some retreats, certain times in the retreat, objects will keep repeating itself. And it's going to repeat and repeat the same thing again and again and again. It could be arising and falling. It could be arising and passing away. It could be certain sensation that's going to come again and again and again and again. It's going to repeat, sometimes for days, sometimes maybe for weeks. And we really do not know when it's going to change or whatever. But the thing is that now you see, a lot of times the yogi find that they are not developing anything because they keep on repeating the same thing all over again and again. And they become so anxious what to report to the teacher, because yesterday just report the same thing and then the next day I report the same thing again. Then they feel anxious now. But actually, I mean, especially for me, as long as you pay attention, there's no such thing as, there's no such thing as stagnation. It's just that sometimes the object, by its nature, it will repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And the repetition is so important because sometimes for some yogis, you need to see that repetition a little bit more longer in order to change a certain perception of our minds, or whatever wrong perception. And then the object and the experiences is trying to show you some things, not by thinking, but observation again and again. It's trying to right the wrong perception, to truly to change the shift the perception away. But it's going on slowly. And the thing is that although you find that it's repeating again, the thing is that when you're not meditating, when you're not mindful of the object and so on, then everything is not there. No? Everything is just gone. Nothing. Then the moment you start sitting again and all the concentration starts coming in, then you all repeat the same thing again. Again and again, it repeats the same thing. And again, same thing and same thing. Sometimes, yes, you may find that it is quite boring. But nevertheless, pull the mind back again onto the object and repeat the whole observation again. And you have to bear up You have to be patient with it. Don't become too anxious about it, about every day must get something new. Every day they want to get something new, or they want to, even sometimes they try to look for something new. Then I ask them, how long is that? A few seconds only. You mean for 2 days you report that few seconds something new? Then what is the not something new one? Because the not something new one, the repetition one, that is the most important. Because that is the one that gives rise to all the insights and all the mindfulness and so on. And I also want to see how you deal with those things. Not keep on looking for something new. I mean, it will show you, It's not going to hide itself. But when it doesn't come, you don't have to keep on looking for something new. Just because you report last week, you cannot report this week, man. you know, I said teachers cannot remember all your experiences on I mean, may lah, sometimes a little bit here and there, but we cannot remember everything. So it doesn't mean that what you didn't report there, then you must what you report last week you cannot report this week. There must be something new. Not like that. Not like that. And sometimes because of that, sometimes the yogi's mind becomes very anxious about trying to remember their experiences that they are noticing. Wow, they changes, make sure tomorrow how to report this. This one this way, come this way, then you move this way, then you try to remember it. And then after that, you get up. Oh, Sīla, I forgot everything already. How? Then after that, you sit down again. You try to remember. Then the whole the whole thing of trying to report, it becomes a big hindrance to you, and you don't realize it. It becomes a big hindrance. Because if sometimes things are going well, when things are going well, it may repeat again and again. It also is well, but sometimes it changes from one sitting to another sitting. And there's a lot of experiences that's happening inside the sitting that you may not able to remember everything. So try not to remember and try to impress me, or impress the teacher. We know what you're doing on yeah. We know, we just wait for you will if the progress will come, the progress will come. If even you forget about the experiences that we have gone through. This is not my retreat, This is your retreat. It's your development. You don't have to tell me, then only you can progress. If you don't tell me, then no progress, is it? So don't be so anxious about trying to hold and try to memorize what is going on. Just keep it going, keep it flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing. If you can able to remember. If you cannot remember, doesn't matter, because the next sitting, something's going to come again until the next day, the reporting come in, then cook up something and then come in and report. We know that whether you are doing right or wrong one, you cannot just like tell me all kinds of things, because especially me, I know how to question you. You can Bangkok here and there. I know how to bring you straight again. Because you're not the only yogi, remember that. We got hundreds and thousands of yogi in the past, and per week how many yogis, and per week and per day how many yogis. So don't worry. So all you need to do is just report whatever you can remember, but try during in the sitting or during in the walking, try not to remember too much of it. Now, if you want, just write a little bit down in 1 or 2 sentences, and don't write a novel. Some people write until like 3 months until now. It's like a storybook, the big novel. Every day they got their story. Wow, this writing falling. They're very descriptive and all the thing. Don't do like that. If you want, just write a sentence or two. Or if you want, you can just draw something. Sometimes it's easier to draw rather than to write and describe it. Draw a few things, but the moment you see it, you know what's going on already and you can describe it. Then whoever want to read, oh yeah, this one, what are they doing? This all only you can understand and nobody else, or whatever drawing that you go through. Yeah. So it's so much more easier. You don't have to write so many things. Last time, last time I used to a lot of drawing in my notebook one. Yeah, a lot of drawing here and there. Even until now, when I look it back again, I can still remember what are the things that I've gone through. A whole book is like a drawing book like that, rather than a notebook for writing. A few words and here and there. Lah. So, as I said, don't have to remember all whatever it is. All whatever that you need is just to pay attention again and again and again and again. If you can remember whatever in the retreat, whatever during in the interview, then you report them. Yeah? So other words, now here, so like that. So back again to patience. So as I said, a lot of times we have to be patient. Things will keep on repeating the same thing again and again and again and again, but stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, and be patient with it and just keep noting. Progress is already there. It's just that it looks the same thing. Yeah? So this is one area. The next one, I said that Sīla, as one of it is as restraint. 5 types of restraint. Restraint as patimokkha restraint through mindfulness. That's number 2. Restraint as wisdom, and number 3. That is number 3. Number 4, restraint as patience. Number 5. Number 5 is restraint by effort. This is strong effort. This is sometimes it's like you have to, for example, like you have to bite your teeth and just pull yourself out from all whatever that is unwholesome there. And you have to be really discerned. Now, sometimes, like for example, you are involved in a quarreling with some people, or it's about to quarrel, or about to get terrible things. Sometimes men and there's going to be have a lot of brawling or fighting or whatever. So sometimes it's better just to bite your tongue and walk away. Although the anger is so much there, the anger is so much there, sometimes it's just too good. It's better for us to walk away. Not to be a coward or anything, or to try to be brave or anything. But a lot of times is that if you don't restrain it, then worst thing is going to come. Yeah. Nowadays, for example, like when you're driving, some people are very sensitive. You horn them, you press the horn them. You press the horn, then they come down and they take whatever and knock onto your window panes and all that type of things. Once in a while, these people are like that. Yeah. Because of, this is a psychological problem. Whether you like it or not, this is a psychological problem. And this type of things, they need help. You're psychologically, you're already bent until so much that a little bit that is not good at you. You sometimes like you drive a car and you overtake the person gets so angry. Then he wants to harm you, and after that go near to you, go back. This type of people you drive. I don't drive, but I know. I don't drive, but I know these type of things are happening. Road rage. This type of anger It happens in us. Sometimes you're quite cool in the everyday thing and so on. But the moment we sit on the car and the driving wheel, oh, you totally like different character. Sometimes I meet with devotees, they're quite kind, but once they come in the car, they are like Formula One driver. Oh, you sit there, you also you hold on a bit tighter. Somehow they drive, they can swing the car like that, Not all, but once in a while, Sometimes certain devotees, with their driving like that, I try to. If I can postpone, I postpone it. Uh, some people like that, just like that. Somehow or another, they are very quick and very fast in behind the wheel. So, but in other things, they're quite okay. They're quite okay. They're normal and nothing there. So here again, as I said, this type of rage, this type of anger, sometimes people on us out of no reason or whatever, the burden, the whole thing is coming up now. And sometimes we want to get even. We want to get even of things. So that time, you got to restrain by effort. That means you hold it back, everything, even the anger is the mind. Don't let it come into the action or in the words. Yeah. And not only that now, sometimes we hold on to the rage in that way. After that, we turn to social media and we're going to express everything out. Sometimes we fed up with another person, we video the person, video, post it out on Facebook and you type and everything. Maybe it's a rage also. This is a modern problem. Because before that, those days, we don't have all these things to post up everything. The more is that you write a letter to the newspaper only. That's about all that people can read your letter. Yeah. But nowadays, you can be you are a camera person, you are the editor, you are the writer, whatever, and then you post everything up. And if you are good at writing, you really know how to write and you can really knock the person down just with your writing. And you shift your bias and your anger towards the person with a very elegant writing. Yeah. And this is happening in our world right now. Yeah. We see certain things unpleasant to us. Nowadays, it's so easy that people doesn't go through any filter, any restraint anymore. That anything that we see, we just type it down. We like or we don't like. We just hammer into our words because the person is there. There's no face to face. But the person that it reads, then again here when they read, oh, they feel so hurt. But they don't even know the person. But they read those words, felt so hurt inside there. Especially if you're like celebrity. Well, the fame and this one, whatever that all the people talk about you, people write about you, how the media portrays you, and so on. Peace on earth. Fame, greed is very easy, very pleasant, very nice, very deceptive, and it's like the apple in the tree for that Eve. Yeah, very delighting. Then makan already, habis lah. It's very delighting, this type of fame and greed and this one. That's why people seek for fame. Nowadays, the fame is so much easier to come. You don't have a TV star, but you can be a YouTube star. You can be a TikTok star. You can be a Facebook star. And they pay you for it nowadays. People like 20 plus years old, if you can do a YouTube series or whatever that you are good at it, hey, you don't have to work. You work for, let's say, 30 years. These young people work for a few years, just do all this video thing. It's more than your income and your pension also. Uh, and the people like that. There are many people like that. Their ambition, you ask them what to do. Doctor, no, I don't want to be doctor. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be that because you earn so much money there. The greed, the fame is so. But the thing is that when they get so much money, they do not know how to manage the money. That is where they start to spend and everything, without wisdom, without worldly wisdom, they spend and everything, and then after that, pokai again. They spend on all the fine things, luxurious things, and all just throw money everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, a lot of people like that. Also, not only YouTube, but playing games also. There are professional game players. Not just athlete, but nowadays athlete also sit on the chair and and you play the game, and they have competition and name and fame, and they pay you for everything for it. Yeah. Uh, so much money inside there. Yeah. Anyway, so the thing is that, as I said, a lot of things are very deceptive. Although it's pleasant to look at, nice to hold, nice to have, but it's going to give you a lot of problems. Yeah? So a lot of this type of things, you have to be careful. You have to be careful in the sense that if you see it too good to be true, you got to be hold back. You have to restrain already. Sometimes like you play in the stock market also the same thing. Oh, you see this night already, you also kanjiong already. Put the money inside there. Some more put and then menjunam. Habis everything. All that is one. Yeah. So you got to be, in a way you have to be restrained. This is a kind of a Sīla actions, that certain things are so pleasant, so nice, and you fall into it, you get attached to it, you get addicted to it, then that's it. It's so hard for you to pull out. So before you fall into it, the whole restraint back up again. Again, sometimes also like our speech, also the same thing. Especially like at home. Yeah. We are familiar with people and loved ones and all that. Sometimes the loved ones is where we shout at them, we talk hard at, sometimes where the words are very rough and so on. Outside there with our bosses, we are more restrained. The colleague, we are more restrained. But we come back now, we are so like, wow, everything will be open up and let it go, and to all the people and so on. So that is also is quite bad, actually. They felt that to come back, they have to release everything, even all the horrible words. Sometimes you see that within the family, the words are so rough. They use it between the family members. So bad. Yeah. Sometimes they're like that. So rough, and the actions and the words. So therefore, a lot of times when the anger arises, you got to learn to hold back. Hold back in the sense that don't make into action or speech. Yeah. Like for example, also this is also another thing. Like nowadays, like for example, you see that people posting about, they use the word Karen. Know what I mean? No. These are people like, for example, they come into a shop when they sell, let's say like a Starbucks or then they felt that the customer is always right. No. They are very entitled to everything. They felt that they can shout to the waiter or waitress or whatever, small little, they demand to see managers and everything, and they keep on shouting and shouting and shouting. These are people. And when they go to overseas, especially, sometimes they felt that free speech, because the concept of free speech, to them, free speech means that everything out. They don't care about who you are and whatever that you it is, and they only care about themselves, whatever they want, whatever that they demand. Whatever they demand, it has to be right. If you cannot fulfill it, they're going to shout at you, they're going to write bad things about you, and so on. You know? These type of people are like that. Sometimes you go to a certain places also, you find that there are people may not be so kind. You know, people may not be so uh, delicate and elegant. You know, sometimes you go to a restaurant, sometimes their waiter or waitresses a bit rough. Then a bit rough. Sometimes you want to get even with them, and then and so on. You know, so that too, you got to be careful. You know, you got to be careful of your words. You want to say something, you want to act something, although you know the situation is needs to you felt that this situation they're wrong, something like that. But if you can act, and if you can, this one, can you do it without anger, without that irritation, but with wisdom and understanding or compassion also? It's not easier to bring the mind, the anger down. So a lot of times when you're out there, we got to be careful. We got to be careful. And especially when it comes to a spiritual community, you're also even more careful. Who knows, you shout at the person. That one is an enlightened one. How? Then your karma is going to be a lot, you know. This is no small karma. Whether you know or you do not know, you know, it doesn't care. You know, the karma doesn't care. You go and speak the wrong, you open up your mouth wrongly with the anger towards a person who is enlightened. Then your unwholesome karma sui bei liao liao. Yeah. But of course, if you do wholesome deeds to the enlightenment, also sui bei liao. So I know that one also you cannot finish the karma. This one also I cannot finish. So you got to be careful. We got to be careful. You never know that even the yogi beside you, enlightened, then you have to sit down there, you think, every day kacau me only, every day like that. Then who knows? Then the karma all come. We never know who they are, you know. They can sit until like that, and all that. I say, okay, like every day sleep on, how can be enlightened? You know? Maybe the person is sick or not feeling well, and then you feel tired, and then you go and there, you see lah. But the worst thing is sometimes that yogis, once in a while, they come into the retreat once in a while. They shouted at the monks. I shouted at the teacher. I pun kena a few times. For whatever it is, But I don't keep in the heart now. I know sometimes they, whatever reason that they have, a lot of times they have a psychological problem. Beginning, sometimes they can go well with you. They can go well, but at times, during in the middle of the retreat, because the mindfulness is not strong enough, and all their past memories and or whatever that is hanging on a very, very painful whatever, then it springs up. Then it springs up. They cannot control anymore. They cannot control anymore. They keep on asking you why to do this. Then we know that there are psychological problem and so on. And then we say that, okay, you cannot do it anymore. You have to stop your retreat. It's better for you to go back to reduce. Wow, boom, the fire. Wow, why should I go back? Then after that, they calm down. And of course, they apologize. Of course, they apologize. They feel bad and all that thing. But this type of things, they cannot control anymore. And usually we ask them to go back really. This is psychological hang-ups that they have. I'm not able to try to rectify all their problems. All my job is sometimes I give them an ear to listen to. But inside there, I do not really know how to help them. I'm not a professional, you know. People think that I'm professional, you know. Like a monk, yat yok tag one, you know. Everything can one, you know. Everything from become a psychologist also boleh, you know, from psychiatrist pun boleh. Cannot dispense with drugs only, you know. They think that we are everything. We are not everything. And usually these type of things, I said that we can give you an ear, we can listen to you, and sometimes we give you some help. Usually we'll ask you to go for some psychological help. And that psychological help is sometimes is important. That means there's some scars and some deep wounds inside the mind, and they are keep holding on. And sometimes they forget about it. They forget about it, and this type of things is happening in the past. And then they hold on to it, they forgot about it. And then after that, during in the retreat, all these things spring up everything again. I mean, once in a while, we met with yogis, you know, they come in, they cry a bit, then give them tissue. After the next interview, they're okay already. That one no problem. That one you just carry on meditating, and it's fine. You know that one you can overcome the objects come in. That means they deep in the mind deep down a little bit. It goes into a sorrow or anger. Then after that it comes up again. Then fine. Then we go on. But this time they don't. But some people they go in deep and deep and deep and deep and deep. And deep. And after the next interview, they cannot control and cannot control. And then a lot of time burst out. Because sometimes you don't see them within the 2 days. You know, this time we didn't see them 2 days. A lot of all this psychological scar, it become bigger and bigger, all bleeding inside there already. So it's painful, you know, they go through all these type of things. But a lot of times in our worldly ways, sometimes it says that when you're angry, you must let it all out. Let it all out, then you only cool down. Or when you are crying, I cried it all out, cry ka bo liao, you know, everything, all your tears dry, and then you feel good. Actually, it's not a very good thing, actually. You just, a lot of time, you just let the sorrow fermenting inside there, at the below there, keep on fermenting, or the anger is keep on fermenting inside there. So painful, They don't realize that because of that actions that you do, you let it go. Next time, when the same situation happens again, you're going to go with the same habit again. There's no dam, there's no block, there's no restraint. You just let it all out. Because you feel that you think that you let it all out, everything will be good after that. But no, not really. Yeah. Not really in that sense. Because there's karma involved. Not only karma involved, there will be habits involved. And the strong habit is going to build up. And every time any defilements that's coming in, you're going to go all out. All out. Even not only on the sorrow or this one, but when it turns into something pleasant or nice, you're going to go all out and this one. That strong. Because to them, the satisfaction of getting those things is feel so good. The letting all the anger burst out. Don't keep it inside the heart. Let it out and so on. It's good. They say go and bang the wall, go and hit something and so on. Actually, that's not so good. If you want, it's better for you to talk it out to a person that can able to listen and understand, can help you, rather than going this one. So that is got some karma involved also. So it's always good as a Buddhist that when the rage coming up, we pull the mind back again. When there's a deep sorrow is coming up, you also have to watch out for that mind also. When there's like a desire, something pleasant coming up, Like especially that you connected to our financial things and so on. Don't be so too greedy and you want. Here is where restraint by effort takes place and you damn it. You damn it for a while. Uh, don't let the greed or the rage or the anger overcomes you. We learn to do that. We learn to hold it back. Uh, a lot of times, like in the monastic situation, also in the monastic situation, not every time smooth sailing. You come to it, people in a certain place, you cannot tahan the people, or the situation is not pleasant anymore. It's always good to pack the bags and move on. We as a monastic people, we always remind ourselves we do not have, we are homeless. We are homeless. That means we don't have a home in the sense like a lay person like that. Yeah. As a homeless person, we are able to pack our bags and go anytime. We must always keep that in mind, keep that in mind. Yeah. Because sometimes certain places, it may be good in the beginning and you stay there, and things and people over time, sometimes they lose focus on their objective, or wrong kinds of people start coming in. Then you find that that place is not so suitable anymore. But the problem is sometimes we are attached to that place already. We use the we think of it. We are like a lay person that we can still stay. We are not supposed. I mean, you shouldn't supposed to do like that. When things are, you feel that things are not good. It's always good that pack your bags and move on. For a while, let's say you want to move on for half a year, 1 year, 2 years, then come back again. Sometimes come back again, things already, situation have already changed. People also cannot remember you so much already. Yeah. So sometimes it's out of sight, out of mind. A lot of things that you out of sight, out of mind. And some things like brewing up, you feel that it's brewing up, you just move on. You stay as even as a monk and nun, you stay for the place for too long. You become like the roots are all there. The roots of greed and attachment and all that. You want the things to be like that. You don't want the things to be like that. You want the people to serve you this way. You don't like these people. You want this and you want to control everything. Yeah. So it becomes a problem also. And when things go haywire, then the rage or the anger starts all coming up. So it's always bad. It's always good that restraint by effort is the effort, bodily and physical effort. You move yourself to somewhere else. Yeah. Then you move yourself to somewhere else. Sometimes your own rage also goes down. Your anger and your irritation all goes down. Then you forget about it. After some time, you come back again. You can't remember why you get angry at the first place. So a lot of times in the monastic settings, a lot of things are like the petty things, small things, because they got nothing to do. They got no money. They don't fight on money. Money, I mean, monastic, there are in the sense of this. But the thing is that among monastic, they fight on all other things. Because small things, you put here, I don't like you to put there. You put the cup here and there only also 乱. You just cannot give and take. And that small things, it really makes into a big fire. So a lot of times, the restraint by effort, restrain our effort so that it doesn't come out in our speech, come out in our action. We can give and take in in many areas. Then a lot of our anger all died down. But if you still come up, then make sure we restrain it by effort. Then you have to bite your teeth and just move away and hold back or something like that. All right. So we stop here for tonight. We'll continue on Thursday. We share merits. idang me bhavanang nibbanasa pachayo hotu. May my mental cultivation be a condition for the realization of Nibbana. Imang no punya bhagang sabba satanang dema. We share these merits with our departed ones, with all beings and all the devas. Sape satta sukhi hontu anumodantu. May all beings be happy. May they rejoice in these merits. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.